Welcome to Vlogmas Day 10. My name is Natalie and I run a community that's called the Unchargeables, and it's all about living life while being chronically ill. And for Vlogmas, I've been asked to make a video about what do you do to feel better and stay healthy. So I'm gonna try and explain the best way I know how all of the things that I do for my health. So just to start off, I need to tell you what I live with. So my symptoms are basically extreme fatigue and sometimes pain. A lot of times pain, but sometimes like a lot of pain. I live with fibromyalgia. I live with Hashimoto's disease, which is an autoimmune disease of the thyroid. I have celiac disease, meaning that I cannot eat any gluten at all. And then I also have some other things like cold urticaria and Raynaud's disease, but I don't really know if the things I do affect those conditions because it's basically a cold allergy and an autoimmune disease of the blood circulation. So I cannot really say anything about that. But my biggest symptom is fatigue. I get extremely exhausted, like so tired that I cannot stay awake, cannot get out of bed, cannot think, cannot just not get anything done, like cannot get dressed or shower. The fatigue is so extreme. I made a video about it. I will link it in the cards here, about what my fatigue feels like to me. And that was my biggest issue basically. And then with that, I didn't move a lot. So then I got a lot of pain from being inactive. The main thing for me was to figure out that I actually had Hashimoto's disease. I made a whole video about how I got my diagnosis, which was very unconventional. But unfortunately, I hear from a lot of people that they have to advocate for themselves and basically almost diagnose themselves before a doctor actually diagnoses them. So make sure to watch that video if you're interested in that. But what do I do to stay as healthy as I possibly can? Over the past 6 years, I've been on my journey with natural remedies, diet, lifestyle, and essential oils. And all of these things have played a big part in how I feel right now. There is not one drink or pill or shot you can take to feel better. It is a whole lifestyle. Basically everything you probably are doing right now needs to change. And that is difficult and very hard to hear for a lot of people. I think I started by cutting out sugar. I love sugar. I was eating so much candy, ice cream, chocolate, gummy bears. I loved it all. Lollipops. I ate a lot of candy and really enjoyed it. And I also felt like I was so tired all the time that I needed sugar to just keep getting through the day. I would have like little peppermints in my bag all the time, and I would just take some peppermints so I could keep going because I was just so tired all the time. So the first thing I did was cut out all sugar. This is probably around 8 years ago that I did this. Cutting out all sugar is very tough. You literally go through detoxification. I was literally sick for a week. Major headaches, extremely exhausted, felt a little bit feverish. And the way that I cut out sugar was literally no fruit, no honey, nothing that remotely has any sugar in it for 3 months. And then after that, I slowly reintroduced fruit and honey again. So right now I'm basically still sugar-free. The only cheating I do is usually with like pure chocolate. But after so many years, my body has healed a lot, so I can handle more again. But I can never go back to eating kilos of candy again, which is not healthy for anyone. Years later, I didn't know I had celiac disease. I actually cut out gluten as a sort of experimental diet. It's called the autoimmune protocol. And the autoimmune protocol, I think I made a video about that too. I will link all the videos that I can find that I made about my health journey. But the autoimmune protocol basically is you cut out a lot of foods and then you slowly introduce them back into your diet, monitoring your symptoms, your emotions, and all of that to see if some of your reactions come from food. And I have discovered a lot of food sensitivities that way. I can highly recommend doing the autoimmune diet for like 6 months and see how your body reacts and what's good for you and what's not good for you. So I figured out that I'm actually allergic to gluten and grains. I figured out that rice gives me like shortness of breath, that it gives me sort of like an allergic reaction on my lungs. I did not know the rice was doing that. I can absolutely not tolerate tomatoes, which I also really didn't know. And eggs give me migraines. Without the autoimmune protocol diet, I would have never figured this out. I have had food allergy tests done in the hospital years ago, but the only allergies they pick up are really extreme allergies, like the minor food sensitivities that egg may give you a migraine will not show up on a test like that. So the autoimmune protocol was very, very pivotal for me in figuring out which foods are just not very good for me. Another thing that I love to eat is cauliflower, and I ate a lot of it. But I was really not feeling well eating cauliflower, so now I hardly eat it anymore. And since doing that, I just feel much better. So listen to your body. So what else did I do? I started with essential oils. I cannot explain essential oils to you in one video. I am also not teaching essential oils. There's a nurse practitioner that has helped me over the years with my health, and she teaches me about oils. And when I want to make, I have these like little roller bottles with a mixture of different oils in it with a carrier oil, and I just like put it on here, or I put it on the bottom of my feet. Which one is this? Oh, this one is to breathe well. This is when you have a cold. I don't have a cold right now, but it smells really nice. I have different ones. I have one to like calm my skin. I have one to calm anxiety. I have one that I put on my thyroid every morning. So there's many different oils that help for different things. Now, oils, supplements, and all of those things are supportive for your health. But again, just only oils are not going to cure you, right? It is a whole package, in my opinion. Let's see. The last thing that I do is there's two things actually. Let me tell you the first thing. The first thing is I have a morning routine. Also made a video about that. Just this Vlogmas. I drink celery juice every single morning. And then half an hour after my celery juice, I make a heavy metal detox smoothie, which the recipe I put in my other video, to detox all of the toxins just with all natural ingredients, with like fruits and some powders and stuff, to detox my body from the day and the day before. This has really lowered my inflammation by a lot. I used to get inflamed hip, inflamed shoulder, like bursitis, like pain in my neck. Could be inflammation, it could be the joints, because I also am hypermobile, so my joints kind of like pop in and out of place at times. This morning routine has really, in combination with the rest of the day, the diet that I eat, no sugar, no grains at all. For some people, just no gluten is good, but for me, it has to be grain-free and lactose-free. Now that after so many years of doing this, I slowly feel better on a day-to-day basis, I can cheat. Like, I just had a cracker with some brie, and it's not a gluten cracker. This was a corn cracker. So actually corn is a grain, so that's cheating. And brie has lactose in it, so that's cheating. I cannot do that every day, but once every few months, I can definitely have some corn crackers with brie, and it will not give me a reaction. But when I incorporate this into my diet again and I start eating this every day, then it will give me problems. So it's a balance. And yeah, so this celery juice and heavy metal detox, these are all things that I got from the medical medium books that I can highly recommend. Yeah, and those are things that I follow. Then the last thing that I do to kind of know what are the issues that my body is having right now and I need to work on. There is something called a bioresonance scan. It is like a machine that electrically or magnetically, I don't exactly know, but kind of scans your body. There are things, they put like a rubber thing on here, on your head, on your belly, on your ankles, like everywhere. And you can feel there's a slow electric or very low electric current going through this. And that is measuring your organs, your oxygen level, your brain, your blood, your vitamin levels, and all of that stuff. So I have that scan done twice per year now. The first year, when I started this about 4 years ago, I had it done 4 times in the first year. But now, let's say every 6 months, I do this scan. And then I see, okay, so what does my body need? Am I low on magnesium? Do I need more zinc? How is my oxygen level? You know, what do I need to work on? Is my liver doing well? Is my gallbladder, are there a lot of toxins in my gallbladder? All of those things are measured by this machine. It's non-invasive. It is a alternative healing, you know, holistic kind of thing that just really works for me. So those are all the things that I do on a daily basis, basically, to stay healthy. I don't drink alcohol at all because that also gives me inflammation. Even if I just take one sip, it can be that I will have something inflamed tomorrow, and it's just not worth it to me. So I don't touch alcohol at all for many years already. And people ask me, well, you know, is it still fun living like this? Is it still fun eating like this? And I have to say, yes. You know how much fun it is to not have to sleep 20 hours a day? It's amazing. Nothing tastes as good as health. And literally, I don't even want to cheat with a gummy bear or a glass of wine because I know how shit I will feel afterwards. And it's just absolutely not worth it. So I hope the things that I'm doing will help you in some way better your health. Would love to hear what kind of things you do for your health. Comment them below, please. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.